Welcome back to the Oddity Shop podcast, the podcast where we
tell you creepy, odd, weird, strange, and bizarre stories from around the globe.
Where the bazaar is always on sale.
I'm your curator, Zach.
And I'm your curator, Kara.
And she doesn't know how to say
Curator,
the word.
Kara.
Hi, Kara.
Hi, Zachary.
How are you?
Jinx, you owe me a beer.
No, I said it first.
No, it was at the same time, so it's a jinx.
It was not at the same time.
It wasn't?
You were delayed.
Oh. The audio was delayed.
I'm good. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm grateful for you, I guess.
Happy Pilgrims take over. They're not World Day.
I'm also grateful for my parents who listen every Thursday and my sister and all of our listeners and Patreons and my pets.
Wow, you have a lot of things to be grateful for.
Well, you asked me at the end of last episode and I stalled and had to think for too long, so I came prepared.
Oh, well, yeah, no, I'm for sure 100% grateful for everybody that... You know what I'm grateful for? The people that are not our friends and family that are actually here listening. I am so grateful for those because our friends and family, I feel like, don't have a choice because we're annoying and obnoxious.
You know what I'm grateful for? Everyone who's taking a break from their family maybe to listen to this right now on Thanksgiving. If we're your escape, you're welcome.
You know what? I hope that we're what's blasting in your car right now on your way to Thanksgiving and you're just like decompressing like, oh my God, I have to go. But I'm listening to Zach and Kara right now and it will be okay.
Okay. Now for us in real life, remember we're 5 weeks in the past. So it's still right before Halloween for us in this very moment. I am also grateful though for, okay, so you know, I like to spend money and I spend it before I should. So, and I talked myself out of a big purchase. And instead I talked myself into a much smaller purchase. So instead of buying a very expensive camera that I won't use all the time, my new vlog setup is here for my phone with all the accoutrements. And I am super excited to get this thing going.
Here's what's so funny about what you just said. We all know I love to spend money. You do?
Mm-hmm.
No, but not really because you do, but I always feel like you're practical.
Thank you. Wow, that's healing because I feel like there's times I spend my money.
But we all do.
Yeah, that's true. That's the problem with having adult money, I guess.
The worst thing is when you and I are together.
Yeah, we co-enable.
We talk each other into things that like, oh my God, but you could put this here. You could do this with that. That's our worst part. I feel like when you're separate from me and you tell me you said something about this or this, and then you end up not actually buying it.
I sometimes too, I don't think things through. Sometimes when I really get an urge, I just go do it instead of like sitting on it. But you know, really? I don't regret it. Yeah. I
do not feel that at all about you. And I'm not trying to take this rant. Like make this a rant. I don't feel like that's truthful at all. Because I think that like, okay, the only thing I can think about is like your tempo thing. And you did so much research on that. You told me all about it and how like great it was.
And I got it for 20% of its retail.
Let me speak. So you were like talking about how you really wanted it and like the reasons why you thought it would be good for you and your lifestyle. Then you went on Facebook Marketplace and found one before you just sporadically bought one. I don't think you're explaining yourself.
I have Marketplace alerts out now for the camera, so it'll happen. But I just also like to find a deal because I'm Polish. Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think I think
fair. I appreciate you for this. Now, you know what else I'm grateful for?
What?
The ghost hunt that we technically in the listeners' time just got back from, but you and I haven't gone on yet.
Mm-hmm. You didn't let me say what I was.
What are you grateful for?
Grateful, thankful. What are we doing? Grateful or thankful?
Same thing.
Doesn't matter. All right. Well, you didn't even let me say what's new with me.
We were just still talking.
I know. I had an MRI. Not recently to this episode. I had an MRI.
Yes.
I was very nervous about it because you read things and everyone tells you about it. You've not had one, right?
No, God, no.
Right. Okay. It's not anything what people, well, I shouldn't say that because people that are claustrophobic, it's a completely different scenario.
I am claustrophobic and could not.
It's not though what I thought because it's not as claustrophobic as what I thought it would be. It's still not good if you are claustrophobic, but it's very loud, okay? And it makes really weird rattling sounds. And funny enough, I met somebody that did MRI and she was telling me that the sounds are what jolt like the fluids in her body to like make the magnets move. Because the sounds are crazy. That's the craziest part. But I got headphones and they blasted Taylor Swift for me. So I was good. Anyway, so I had that MRI.
You can wear headphones in there?
They put them on you. They put, just like these.
Isn't there metal?
No, they put these big, just like us, like these big headphones on you, just so it blocks the sounds because they're so loud. And then they just say, hey, what music do you want to play? And I said,
but
I
there's
want
got to be
Taylor
metal in there. I guess it's just not magnetic.
I took out all my piercings and then was told I didn't have to. So I think it's all changed. And it depends on where your MRI is, I think.
Okay.
But I didn't, they're like, yeah, you don't have to take your wedding ring off. I'm like, well, I literally took every piece of jewelry out of my face and I'm mad about it. Anyway, so I had an MRI. I'm very thankful that it wasn't as long as what I thought it would be. And it went by great. And everybody was like sweet and nice to me. And I did it. And I wasn't scared. Okay. But what I was going to say is I'm thankful for is that my results for my MRI were terrible. And I'm not happy about it at all. And I've been spiraling. But I am still grateful for the body that I have, because the body that I have is still living. It is still breathing. And it is still pursuing everything that I want to do. And I am relentless. And I'm going to keep on fucking going.
I almost razzed you for saying the last episode that you weren't going to talk about medical stuff and then started to. But you know what? I love that.
Yeah.
I'm going to allow it, and I'm not going to razz you. I'm just going to let you know I would have razzed you.
I am trying because aside from this, I'm really dwelling in it. Not like in a pity way, but I just don't know how to handle it. But I am trying to like reframe it and just like.
That's a good reframe.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So thanks for asking.
I did. I said, what are you grateful for? And you said, and then I just started saying other things.
Goodbye. Gotta go. Close the shop. I'm done.
We haven't even opened the doors yet. You haven't even gotten to ask you a question. Are you ready for a question?
I guess I'll stay if there's a sale.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Here's the poor thing is I forgot what the question was.
This literally just shows the state of mind that we're in, and I love it. I'm so sorry, y'all.
The question I wrote down is, since it's Turkey Day, what are you most grateful for? Okay, well, we got it out of the way. Shop's been open, so I guess we can close it down. Okay.
Idiot.
Oh my gosh. All right, we're getting into it. Okay, so we're talking about a location. I did say it earlier, more on the ghost hunt later. So what I'm doing, even though you and I just a week ago got back from investigating this location, technically when everyone's listening, you and I in our present days have not gone yet. So we're going to talk about an episode that was mentioned in our last guest episode quite a bit by Jeff Fent.
Oh, the sweetest of hearts.
Oh, the sweetest of hearts. So I wanted to do for you and I a deep dive into the Madison Seminary so we know some of the history when we go and some of the hot spots to hit. So I know Jeff told us a lot of good places to hit, but I feel like I didn't know any of the history. Did you?
No, not really. But can I also say that I am so I'm thankful for the fact that, well, we would have already done it at this point, right?
Yeah, we're back for like a week.
No, I meant that we're going to see Jeff Fent at our event, and I am thankful that I'm going to get to hug him.
Oh yeah, no, he's just a solid human being
because he's my new friend. Okay, he's my new buddy.
Don't worry, we have some solid human beings we're going to talk about in this one. So, some living, some dead.
We have great friends.
Some living, some dead.
Yeah.
Shout out Frank. We're grateful for you.
God, we actually have real dead friends.
Yeah, I know. Frank. All right. So getting into it. Tucked away in rural Ohio is the quiet little town of Madison. It's a small place of about 3,500 according to the 2020 census. But right on its outskirts is a beautiful red brick building with a very well manicured lawn. So this building is one of those ones, if it could speak, and spoiler alert, sometimes it does, would tell of a long history. So we're going back to the beginning. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Okay. So before the building that stands there today, our story begins. I think this is actually 1 year earlier than the year your story began, 1847, your story last week.
Yeah, 1848.
Yeah. So a wood building was constructed on the same grounds that the now famous seminary sits.
Okay.
Which, fun fact, makes it one of the oldest standing buildings in the entire county in Ohio.
Oh.
And it was just a simple wood structure that was built to be a place of education. And its name was originally Madison High School and Madison Academy. That was later switched to Madison Seminary. And it was a campus, not a campus. It was a one building place.
You know that means
building place.
There are going to be haunted children there, right?
Oh, yeah. So it was where high school and college age students would come to further their education. Don't worry, I bring up how much you love those kids here in a little bit.
Me?
Yes.
You too?
I feel like, though, I don't like real kids. You don't like ghost kids. Okay.
Depends on the ghost child.
Fair. So as the school grew, though, like I just said, the name was changed to Madison Seminary, and the brick structure that we see built today was built and adjoined to the original wooden structure.
Okay.
The students worked together with staff and actually held fundraisers to help finish and furnish the school, which I think is actually kind of cool.
Oh, cool.
I would have been way more engaged in school, I feel like, if I was a good student, but I would have been more socially engaged, I guess, if I got to help build it.
Okay.
You don't think that's cool?
No, I think that's very cool, but okay, continue.
So
you sounded like you were about you're an old timey woman. Fine. Like put your hand above your forehead like you're about to faint. Oh, fine.
The other hand, I'm clutching my pearls.
Fine. Yes, exactly.
The original wooden structure, though, becomes housing for the 150 students who lived on campus. So 150 on, there's other people who are traveling.
Okay.
So do you know what a seminary is?
I do, but if you were to ask me to explain it to you, I cannot. So please explain it to us all.
Well, it's really confusing because in typical modern day, we'd say it's a school where people go to learn theology. This is where you go to become a priest or a pastor or something within religion.
Yeah.
And I always thought that's what this building was about.
Oh, you know what's crazy is so now that you say that, I don't relate that to this building. So continue.
So back in the 1800s, a seminary was just a name for where people went to learn. It was just a place of higher education. It had nothing to do with God at all. Okay.
I actually think that I, in my brain, thought that more than the God part.
And this is probably just because I was raised in Lutheran school where it was half our graduating class went to the seminary.
Seminary, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Learning.
I know we're going to have a lot of listeners too. I'm going to put a caveat in here that love this place, have been there, and know a lot of the history. Every website I went on gave a little bit conflicting information. So I did the best I could. As Kara would say, don't come for me if I'm wrong. But one of the first teachers there, his name is supposedly Cyrus Hartwell.
I love the name Cyrus. Ooh.
I know. Which I just had to throw that in there as the first teacher. But he didn't stay really long. It seems like at the beginning there's a lot of people who were floating in and out. Then they had some longer lasting teachers like Miss R.J. Smith or Miss Martha Chadwick, who stayed well over 10 years each.
Which, do you think at that time 10 year staying that long is long?
I do, because the school was, remember, started in 1847 as the original wood structure.
Oh, okay.
And their tenure seems long only for the fact that as far as schools go, the seminary itself didn't last too long. And in 1891, it forever closed its doors as a school.
Okay, well, I was going to say their tenure doesn't seem long, but that makes sense because then the door is closed. Because I feel like at that time, people that had professions stayed where they were for ever.
Yeah.
Right.
But the school was only open for 40 years.
So that makes sense to me that it was only a 10-year time span or whatever you just said. That makes more sense to me.
Yep. So 40 years, 10 years, they were there for 25% of the time. It starts, though, to have a deep plunge in enrollment.
Oh.
But up until this point, right, pretty light history. So school, everyone kind of came together, built it up to what it was. Something happens. They start to lose students and they close the doors.
Do we know what happened? Are you going to tell us?
Well, 1891. So we're starting to get into Civil War again.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is as industrialization was happening, there was more pull away from these smaller towns into bigger industry.
Okay.
It was just kind of, there wasn't one
collection of.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as you and I know, for whatever reason, schools just seem to hold energy, and so many are haunted. Whether it's closed down, decrepit ones, or even I think some of the most convincing poltergeist videos I've ever seen are from active high schools.
Are you going to get into this a little bit more, or can I talk a little? Do you want me to wait?
I literally have in parentheses here, stop so Kara can talk about kids.
Okay, great. Here's the thing.
I'm not even joking.
Okay, great. So I don't know if a lot of people know this because of the way that we speak about children on this podcast. I actually went through courses of childcare development. I was a nanny twice in my life for multiple years. Fun fact, my baby is now 22 or something like that. It's crazy. Anyway, so I worked in daycares, preschools. I did all of it, right? I actually really do love children. Okay, so
I think you love real children. You don't like ghost children, and I'm the opposite.
The reason that I don't like ghost children is because most of the time I think they're masked and they're not actually ghost children, and that's
Fair.
what freaks me out. The real ghost children I can handle. What I was going to say, though, is that if we know from real children, the amount of the plethora of energy that those little bodies have is mind-blowing compared to like what we have in our bodies, right? We have energy drinks and coffee and all these things. They have so much energy, but they also have imagination. And that imagination just like projects, okay?
Absolutely.
It projects into the atmosphere, into their being, into whatever. And it is so disheartening that we lose that imagination. So if we're going to talk about real children and the energy that they have, that they possess, hello, schools and places that have kids, that energy has to be so palpable. And I cannot wait to be here actually, because I can just, I know that we're just going to be able to feel that energy differently than like if we were to go to like Eloise, right? Or like a place where people are dying.
Well,
I'm just saying, like, I just think it's going to be different energy that we're going to feel. Hey, Zach, are you running low on spiritual supplies?
Hey, Kara, are you looking for a place with handmade items?
Yeah, we should probably go to Mystic Moons.
Oh, our buddies?
Yeah.
They make the most wonderful hand-dipped incense with over 24 scents, and we've smelled absolutely every single one of them.
Yeah, or maybe you might just be looking for a hand-strung bracelet made with only the best intentions.
And not only do they have the best intentions, they have 4 strings each, and they last forever, which I would know because I've broken every bracelet you've made for me and not theirs.
Oops. Well, they also have simmer pots for every occasion, like sign to Yule.
And don't forget, Melinda is also a medium and a tarot card reader who's given us amazing readings, so she's ready to help us or you connect with past loved ones and get to know insights into your world.
My spirit animal is a camel. Thanks, Melinda. Anyway, so look for Mystic Moons on Facebook or Etsy, and then you can restock all your spiritual supplies.
Oh, be sure to check them out at www.etsy.com/shop/Mystic Moons LLC.
Or at Mystic Moons on Facebook. They're all over our socials, so I'm sure you'll find them.
So go get some goodies. Okay, Kara, goodbye.
Bye.
That's fair. Okay. And we'll actually come back to that.
Okay.
The other thing that you and I haven't talked about that we talked about a lot a long time ago is that most poltergeist activity actually comes from living teenagers. At least that's a strong theory, right? Is that as they're going through hormonal changes, all that.
And a lot of females.
Yeah. Yes.
Pubescent females. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, okay.
What you got?
The
for
school
me?
probably left some energy, right? But not all of which this place has to offer. So then we get into the late 1800s, rolling into the 1900s, right? This is kind of like its Civil War era. From now through the rest of this, I'm going to do the best with dates. Everything said something else again.
Okay.
So in 1861, so before the school had closed, although, probably had a large effect on its closing, the Civil War begins. We all know that had a terribly bloody history with lots of life lost across the country, right? So many men had died and families were ripped apart that by the end of the war and for many years after, veterans and the families they left behind were in need of lots of social care. So the school was used partly for a time, and I think even when it was active as a school, as far as I can tell, as a home and hospital for Civil War veterans and their families.
Okay.
So now we start to get into why some of that energy might be a little bit more emotionally charged, right?
Okay.
And sparking some of the hauntings you typically see. A lot of energy
there.
Yeah.
Basically.
So many veterans and residents were reportedly said to spend a lot of their time in hardship and a lot passing on site because of just turmoil they went through.
Yeah.
So there was, you know what a fraternal order is, right? Like the Eagles and all those kind of things. So there was a fraternal order of survivors and veterans of the war that were lobbying in politics that were gaining power around the late 1800s called the Grand Army of the Republic.
Okay.
And in 1891, after the school closed, the Madison Seminary buildings were bought by an auxiliary group of that army called the Ohio Women's Relief Corps.
Oh, okay.
So they renamed it the Madison Home, and they remodeled it at this time. A lot of work into the brick building, and that old original wooden building that was adjoined to it was torn down.
Okay.
They built a new wing that was built to house Civil War Army nurses, wives, mothers, and sisters of soldiers.
Oh, wow. Okay. Awesome.
So that's where what Jeff was saying, the Civil War building, you have the brick building right to the side, and then you have this other building adjoined to it that's like starkly different. So it's still brick, but it's got 4 big pillars and the big balconies, right?
Okay.
It definitely has a different feel.
Okay.
So when the Women's Relief Corps owned it, they named the new building the Ohio Cottage.
Okay.
And the brick building was renamed to the Wittenmeyer Cottage.
Okay.
So they do a lot of charity work, a lot of relief work, which I'm sure brought a lot of hardship, heartbreak, death, and again, more energy, right?
I would hope, though, that all the good that they're doing also put in energy.
I think so. And we're going to get into some of the owner, Kimmel's, words on that in a little bit.
Oh,
I know.
We got him.
He's great.
We got him.
So a lot of the people on the who died on site were believed to be buried in unmarked graves nearby. And actually, there is I saw a clip of Adam talking about this, a cemetery down the road, but it's literally like when he bought the property, it's in there that if for whatever reason the cemetery stops taking care of it, he is then responsible for 26 plots that do fall on his property.
Oh, that could be my job. I want to take care of plots.
It's the stones are actually marked with I can't remember the exact letters, but it's either like, I think it's the Women's Relief Corps, WRC.
I'll cry.
Okay. Anyways, this lasts into the late 1900s, and staff lived on site, dozens of women at a time. And during the time as the Madison home, there was one really, really notable resident, and her name is Elizabeth Stiles. And she has a great story.
Stiles.
A little bit of a sad and lonely ending, but we have to talk about her before we go.
Okay.
She was born and raised in I've never known if it's Ashtabula or Ashtabula, Ohio.
I like either one.
She makes her way to Chicago. She becomes a teacher and a seamstress. She lives there for 9 years before meeting and marrying Jacob Stiles. Now, I could not find her maiden name.
Of course.
And in the late 1850s, they moved to Kansas, where she remained a teacher, and they had a few kids and, lived together, normal. And, a lot of times people say like normal and quiet life.
Yes.
They were not quiet. They were living in Kansas, and her hubby were very proud, very loud, pro-union folks and not afraid to show it. And not like workers' union. I'm talking union like the North in the Civil War.
Okay.
And they're living in Kansas. Not always the most northern.
Now, I'm sorry, why did they go to Kansas?
So Kansas was actually a pretty split state.
Oh, okay.
But it was there was a lot of loud South there too.
Got you.
So one evening, a group of Confederate men show up to their home and they kill her husband on the spot.
Oh, Lord have mercy on our souls.
Do you think she got quiet?
No, I hope she got louder.
She actually did get quiet, but not in the way you're thinking. So months later, she's recruited by none other than Abe Lincoln to be a spy for the North. She would disguise herself.
This is why Abe Lincoln is my favorite president.
I know. She would disguise herself as a Southern grandma.
Stop
looking for the wounded father of her granddaughter, which was actually just one of her daughters.
Stop.
Other times she worked as a nurse in Confederate hospitals, all the time sending intel back to the North.
I love this woman.
I knew you would. She was once arrested and interrogated, convinced a Confederate officer that she was actually a spy for them, and she leaves the jail on a horse and with a better gun.
Shut up. What's her name again?
Elizabeth Stiles.
Elizabeth Stiles.
So,
Holy shit.
I know. She is amazing. You can also dig down, and we could have done a whole episode on her. One of my favorite articles was titled Elizabeth Stiles Too Pretty to Shoot, because apparently that's what somebody said at one point.
Oh,
yeah.
She's going on my list.
So eventually
Girl.
Her identity becomes known, and in 1964 she stops being a spy. And not 1964, excuse me, 1864.
Okay.
And she's cared for by her son until 1895 when he passes away.
Oh.
And this is how she ends up being moved to the Madison home, where she lives the final years of her life, 3 years. And in 1898, she is laid to rest just down the street in an unassuming site, not really fit for a hero like her. However, she might still be spying on those who go into the seminary today.
So we can see her plot?
I don't know, because like I said, some of it said it was their mark, some of it said it wasn't. It seems kind of like how Eloise is.
We're going to get her flowers. No, we're going to burn flowers regardless. Or something that she deserves.
We also have to bring dollar bills. Remember that. That'll come
dollar bills. Okay.
So that's one of the stories there, right? So that was during the Madison home.
I love that.
Just a few years. I know, she's amazing. A few years after she passes, though, in 1904, the Madison house becomes too much for the Women's Relief Corps to maintain, and they donate it to the state.
Okay.
The name is once again changed, and I don't know why they didn't keep this name today. I think it's a really great name. You ready?
Yes.
The home of the Ohio soldiers, sailors, and Marines, their wives, mothers, widows, and army nurses.
You don't know why?
Yeah. So over the years, though, it stays a relief home.
Okay.
Kind of like a nursing home, at times a mental health facility, government offices. It really, the history through the 1900s reminds me a lot of Eloise going through all these different iterations.
Yeah.
All right. So now you have tons of different kinds of energy being poured into the place. A lot of it, though, still being either end of life care, sad, tragic, hurt, disturbed. In 1962, its time as a care facility officially comes to the end. All the residents are transferred either back to their families or more modern facilities, and the building's given to the Department of Corrections, which I actually had no idea about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was once again renamed. It becomes the Opportunity Village. So, and this is cool. It was a place where they housed low-risk inmates, women inmates from the Ohio Reformatory, as like a work release. So they were to be put to work to maintain the building.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That's one of its last major things. Between here and the late 80s, it changes hands a few more times. It does become a state hospital and asylum for a little bit.
Okay.
A police station at one point.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's had
a lot of hats.
A lot of hats in, 200 years. By the 80s, though, it really starts to become abandoned.
Okay.
In the 90s, it starts to fall into disrepair, and now it attracts a new crowd, them urban explorers. They start to head in, and they realize, though, that something might be off.
Okay.
And they're not really alone when they're alone in there.
Ooh, spooky.
So at first, they would start to feel cold spots, right? Hear strange noises. They'd talk it off. They'd shrug it off. The noises changed to apparitions, shadowy figures. Sometimes people even saw their own friends, only to later realize their friends would be in a totally different part of the building. I do love this. The city leans in.
Oh.
In 1993, they take an ad out. Are you ready for it?
Ready for it.
For rent, historic building on Middle Ridge Road. Can be leased cheap. Caution, may be haunted.
I mean, they were honest.
I love the 90s energy. It was like...
This was when?
93.
Okay.
My birth year. Like, things were just a little, tackier in the 90s. But it was more straightforward. Like, right now, a city would never put that in an ad for liability or loss.
I hate that that's when you were born. I was 4.
Ew, old.
I know.
Okay. I love how that's your only comment and not the great ad.
Do you know why?
Can be least cheap. Caution. May be haunted. Why?
I don't know what it is. I'm not mad that I'm older than you. I just don't know why I hate that you're younger than me. Because in my brain, I always think that we're the same age, whether I think I'm your age or I think that you're my age. I don't know what it is. And I could care less. When people ask me how old I am, I say I'm almost 40, even though I've got a couple years, because I don't care about age. I don't know what it is about age with you and me. Like I need us to be equal.
It's okay. I always think you're my age. I think you're younger than you are.
Perfection. So. Thanks.
Okay.
I look at
off of Kara's old age, back to our story. So naturally, though, right, urban explorers to paranormal investigators, we've seen this happen before. The reputation takes hold, and it's stuck going into the 2000s.
Yeah.
So tours start, investigations are offered, the building's saved from being demolished. In 16 is when Adam Kimmel, the new owner, takes it over. Jeff Fenn, I believe, was actually doing work there before Adam, but they put their love, hard work, sweat, money, tears, I'm sure, into preserving the history of the place, making sure that everyone has a chance at their own, haunted adventure. It's now considered not only one of the most haunted buildings in Ohio, but the U.S. It's been investigated by ghost hunters, Project Fear, Dakota and his family. Ghost Adventures has investigated, but not for an episode.
Oh.
Sam and Colby, Kristen Weidman, like everybody has gone here. It is huge. Okay, so you get everything. Kara's favorite. You have the ghost kids running around laughing, although these ones might really be kids.
Listen, if they're actually children, I'm good.
You have shadowy figures. You have tons of EVPs, some specifically saying, "Help me," while doors slam shut. As Jeff talked about, the doppelgangers of employees or people who are there a lot. And
that's where I'm done. Goodbye.
Right? Or the spirit boxes going just absolutely crazy. Like this, they not only pick up entire conversations, but can have two-way conversations here.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm so excited.
One of the most commonly encountered spirits is affectionately referred to as Sarah. Now, Sarah is apparently presenting as a young former resident of the building.
I don't like that you said presenting.
Oh, I know, your favorite. I told you.
I don't like that.
A lot of people have also hypothesized, though, that she might be an elderly woman with dementia who thought she was a child near the end.
Oh, wait, that's really sad.
I knew that one would be a roller coaster for you.
No.
Visitors to her room often report hearing like a childlike voice, others sensing youthful presence. It's said to be especially true when visitors leave gifts. So they'll leave like little toys and stuff. So that's another one we have to bring stuff for.
Okay. Toys. Let me write this down. Flowers, toys,
and
dollars.
Adam Kimmel in one of the interviews was saying a lot of people, for some reason, and he's like, I know when it started, but somebody's like, oh, I have $1 to leave. And they left on the dresser. Now everyone, for some reason, leaves dollars on the dresser.
Oh, okay. For Sarah as well? Okay.
So when I said dollars earlier, it was just another item to bring, not for Elizabeth. But that's our next one we're going to talk about. So Elizabeth Stiles, we talked about her earlier. She spends a lot of her time in the Wittenmeyer cottage, so the brick building. She's often seen as a smoky white apparition in late 1800s dress era.
Okay.
People have reportedly had conversations with her spirit and other interactions, so seeing, talking to.
I hope.
There's a young boy spirit named Stephen who's often seen in the main building. And I think that's who Jeff was referring to, getting that clear picture of the child in the building.
Oh, Stephen.
And then there's the colonel, probably a Union officer or former resident who kind of watches over the building.
All right.
Now, there's also, a lot of the videos you'll see, everyone spends so much time in the basement. One, if you listen to the Jeff episode, there's the reported body that may have been down there. There's also then this angry man of the basement who is more aggressive or territorial, especially towards male investigators.
Yeah.
You'll not only hear things like growls and stuff, but feelings of pressure, nausea, temperature drops. They think he's either tied to the Civil War era or the Asylum era.
I'll send you down there.
Now, our friend Lauren did say there's so many stories of the basement, but the building is way too cool to spend just time in the basement. But more on that in a little bit.
Yes. Okay.
So other activity, though, loud audible footsteps, heavy door slams, shouting orders that you'll hear. All sorts of shadowy figures. There's some like up in the attic area they call the peepers who like peer around at you. Just there's all sorts of stuff that happens here. So
it's a lot of energy. I
watched a really cool interview with Adam Kimmel that kind of made me think a little bit Eloise, but a little bit Conjuring House.
Okay.
So they were asking him, like why it's such a special location. And he starts to get into, throughout the last 10 years, over 10,000 people have come through. And these people are people who also go to a lot of other haunted locations.
I've watched this video.
Yep, and they bring that energy back with them. He says it's something about the energy there that keeps them. He mentions, and we've talked about this before, the stone tape theory. That it's the limestone that somehow holds it, and people bring all these other attachments, or spirits find their way there. And that really reminded me to how Andrea Perrin speaks of the Conjuring House. Like there's something about the property and the land and everything that just becomes like a beacon.
Yeah.
And he said it's always evolving. He says, people have experienced talking to their past family members. If you come in with baggage, you might confront that baggage. He's at first he thought Sarah was probably a spirit. Maybe it's more now an egregore type of thing because so many people had put their energy into that,
I love that.
So I like the open take he has on it.
Yeah, I do too as well.
And you can see some, and I don't know who influenced who, right? Or if there is group influence, but like somehow Lauren takes a look at the paranormal of like, oh, okay, we thought it was this at one point, but now we just don't know. And we have a really cool, unique opportunity to figure out something strange is happening here, and let's just learn as much as we can about it.
Yeah.
So then, Jeff, he told us about the doorknobs jiggling and seeing feet under the doorways, the doppelgangers, the mirror room with EVPs, apparitions, feeling of electricity. Oh, I'm just so excited to go. Like I can't wait. I'm so ready.
I'm trying not to get so excited because it's still from when we're recording this. It's a little bit away.
It's a little bit.
I'm trying not to get so excited, but I'm getting really excited.
Okay. All that being said, what are you most excited about so far?
Okay. Hello, Elizabeth.
I kind of figured you would be. And I think we should start kind of doing this kind of shit before we go to these haunted locations to just get really into it. Because now, like, between Jeff's story, I that pumped me up. Or stories.
He got me so pumped. He got me very pumped about it. Yeah, no, I agree, though. It is fun to then get deep dive together for our listeners this way before we go to these things. Because it shows like the empowerment, the stories. It just highlights how incredible these places are, whether you believe we get any, or if we get anything or not. Yeah. Like the stories itself about these places is so incredible. The history
is cool too.
Right.
Exactly what you're saying. Like whether it wants to present itself or not, like we have to learn about it.
I love it.
I will say, and I'm going to put work on your plate right now, miss.
No.
I do the editing, but you do the longer videos, and I love you. Patreons, we're going to do a special video for you of our time there. And
we are, okay.
I'm going to take a lot more video than I usually do, because now I have a rig to do it. But, so we've talked about Kimmel, we've talked about Jeff Fent. You and I also have another good buddy who I've mentioned a couple times in this episode, and I wanted her to weigh in. So...
Is this my...
This is your little surprise. Yes. Okay. I reached out to none other than Miss Lauren Hunt and said, I need you,
my girl,
for our listeners to give us your couple minute spiel on what you think Madison Seminary is and what you've experienced there.
I love it.
So I'm going to drop that audio in now.
Oh,
and
this is what I get to listen to.
I actually haven't even listened to it all the way. I listened about 30 seconds, so I'm going to go listen to it.
Good.
Hello, my sweet king and queen of the odd. So you guys are going to Madison Seminary. I wanted to drop you a little line about some of my experiences, maybe some tips and tricks while you're there. If anybody knows me, they know that I absolutely love Madison. I even have a permanent installation there, the Resonance Chamber, that I really hope that you guys try. It's a meditation room that has 2 preloaded meditation prompts that should help to trigger your parasympathetic nervous system, which allows you to feel a little more at ease and possibly more open to experiencing more authentic, less fear-based phenomena. if present at Madison. So if you do give that a try, let me know. And on that note, I spent many hours in Madison by myself, and not just by myself with workers in the lobby, but by myself with nobody on the premises while I was building the chamber. So it was a very cool and unique opportunity for me to really get to know the building. And the funny thing is this was in daylight typically, so it was daytime outside, and it was definitely still able to give me those moments of pause, whether it was thinking somebody was coming up the stairs to check on me multiple times throughout construction, or it was that moment of unease where your nervous system is like, hey, I don't think we're alone. Like if you heard those footsteps, but that was my dog. So Madison is such an interesting place. It holds so many different timelines. So I definitely urge you to explore every single corner. Don't get caught up in the spaces where people are going to tell you to go. So there are spots in the building, of course, the residence chamber, the psychomantium. Check those things out. They're incredible. They're amazing. But wander into the areas that maybe aren't being paid attention to as much. Those are going to be the spots that I think if you find a moment of stillness, you might find some moments of something else. I hope you guys have so much fun. Love you tons. Miss you. Talk soon.
Sorry, I had to listen to this twice. Parasympathetic nervous system. Why is our friend so smart?
Oh, see, I geeked out on that because I was the psych kid. So I'm like, yes, that is.
Okay, before we get into what our wonderful, wonderful friend said, I know what our cheesy tattoos are going to be. You're the king of odd, and I'm the queen of odd.
I love it.
Are you effing kidding?
We'll just get a crown. Crown of
We're talking about being thankful. I will never get off of my little tiny soapbox of how the first time I met Lauren, how I was drawn to her.
I remember being almost embarrassed because you're like, she met Sam and Colby. We have to go talk to her. I loved her. Well, and then we started talking to her.
First off, hold on. First off, though, we just saw her.
Yeah, we were talking to her.
Chatting with her.
Absolutely.
Then I saw that she met Sam and Colby.
Yes.
I had already loved her
very
before
true.
I seen that. Okay. Regardless of that, there's something about her. She's a very strong personality.
And she is.
I'm a very strong
so fucking uplifting.
I have never been yelled at more in my life to love myself and to talk better to myself than when I've been with Lauren.
Absolutely.
Talk about a woman that rides for women.
Not just women.
Or
because there were
everybody.
Very hard for women. I'm not going to discount that. But there was one day I was like, I'll be in a crop top soon, because she's the one who was talked me into the tempo system when we were talking about that earlier. And she goes, Zach, I'm like, I know, I knew before I even sent that text. She goes, crop tops are for everybody. And, like, give me the whole thing. Don't talk bad about yourself. Here's my question for you before we get into what she said, though.
Okay.
Was that your favorite dog or was that my favorite dog? That was my dog that came in to the audio recording that she sent us, right? That wasn't the potato. That sounded too light on the feet to be the potato.
I wanted to be the potato. I think that was Eleanor.
I think that was Eleanor. Okay.
I think that was Eleanor. So, I am so surprised she didn't tell us.
I know.
What tippy toe?
Because she knew we would have this argument.
I'm about to text her right now and be like, what tippy toes were those?
So I just love her. First of all, we've been wanting to try that chamber since she was on the show. And I love, all the videos, all the clips I watch. Everyone always talks about the basement, the attic, this and that.
No.
She find the menial places, not menial, but those little places.
She said, wander in stillness. Mm-hmm. I wrote this down. So, and I loved that so much because you and I have I don't know if we've talked about it on here. We've talked about it amongst ourselves. The places that we like in Eloise are the places that, transpired to us sometimes are not the places that everybody else gets hits.
Just
and
the
things.
random hallway.
And,
you know, it's not this hotspot, that hotspot. It's when you're least expecting something to really get you. Not get you, but
it is when you and I are in the stillness. And I think that is like, I just love her so much. Also, did everybody just get lulled by her calm? It's funny because if you go back to the episode with her, it's not like that. It's like fun and amped or whatever. But when she's trying to like prove a point, or not prove a point, when she's trying to like get a message across, you know, she's just like, she has that beautiful, like soulful voice. Girl, our friends. Oh, our friends.
That is where
clutch my pearls.
I want to leave you on this episode with her. You know, we've had Jeff Fent. We've heard some of the words from the owner, but I had to give that little surprise to you.
That was a really great surprise. So I didn't know what my surprise would be. That was really, really great. I loved that so much.
I can't wait to experience with you.
I can't wait.
And Joe and Melinda from Mystic Moons.
And you know what? Hold on. We need to actually backtrack and shout them out.
Absolutely.
Because we would not be going without
100%.
them. And these are amazing people that we have just met across our journey of doing this. And they have been
the kindest.
Kind to us. So open and just wonderful, lovely people. And they make you believe in humanity again.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm tearing up a little bit. But it's true because they're just like so just, they're just
And
incredible.
for people we've only gotten to hang out in person with a handful of times. Although by the time this airs, a couple more times.
And I'm just like so excited and I'm very thankful for them. And they helped us get connected with Jeff Fent.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so thankful for that.
Oh my gosh.
But also I have probably said it time and time again, or maybe I haven't. I don't know. To you, I have. If this podcast doesn't do anything but bring us all of these wonderful friends and these like incredible people that we've met along the way, I'm totally fine with that because we have the coolest friends and people that we can actually call friends.
Absolutely.
And like the fact that we message Joe and Melinda almost every single day and Lauren, we text all the time. Like I never would have thought that.
Or just
it makes me
the friends we made at Eloise and everywhere else, you know, it's
100%.
So cool.
And like, you know, Sean asking us to come back all the time to Eloise and Julie, who we've met at Eloise, who's like, hey, I don't have a lot of people to like do adventures with. Like Eloise is closed. Like
same girl, let's go.
What can we do? Like we've met so many incredible people that love the things that we love and that are genuine, down to earth people. And that's really hard to come by as you get older. And I'm so fucking grateful.
What a good Thanksgiving episode.
This is a baller
one. Other thing we can be grateful for. So if you want to experience Madison too, you can obviously do the private hunt like we're in our time we're about to do. In your time we did last week. So keep an eye out for videos. But you can do public tours. They have events all the time. They also do a Paracon called MadCon. And this last year, they raised like a crap ton of money for cystic fibrosis. They do fundraising at them for all, you know, different things. Like it's a place that gives back. And you can tell everyone who's involved here is just selfless in what they're doing.
Yeah, I love it. I know we've got to wrap up.
Yes.
My last little thing is I want to thank our Patreons. I don't know if we thank you guys enough. We probably don't put out as much as we could. But I love you guys so much because what you do contribute does help us with a lot of these things, the things that we go to and that we're able to go, the events, the vendor tables that we can get, the places that we go to.
The equipment that we bought to become better podcasters and everything else.
If you guys are not Patreons right now, I urge you to be. And you can be free Patreon members. You can just subscribe.
We have tons of stuff for freebies.
Still get free stuff, so you don't have to pay. It's just come hang out.
We want to build a community.
We do, and I'm trying. We have like a book club. We have blooper reels. We have
tarot readings,
motivational,
manifestational Monday videos. Although I think we post those everywhere now.
Yeah, random vlogs that I just do of like just normal things because, you know, I'm a weirdo. I like watching what people do in their normal lives. So come watch me do what I do in my normal lives. We'll have behind the scenes of these types of things. Like we are trying, but I'm just so thankful. This is such a fun episode. I'm going to go call Lauren. I love her so much. I'm so excited. And God.
No emoji for this episode. Instead, wherever you're watching this or coming across clips of it or whatever,
listening,
drop a line of what you're grateful for. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Please. And I think it's time we wrap her up. Close the shop down for the day. What do these people need to do, Kara?
Absolutely. Follow us on everything. Be thankful for the people that you have, the things that you have. And the most important thing that you can do for us is to keep it real, my little oddballs.
Goodbye.
Bye.